you are booked, you are busy, you got leads knocking down your door, yet you never feel confident in how you serve your clients. I am here to hopefully help you uncover this a little bit today, and then dive in on how I can help you fix it. Okay. Now, whether you are joining live or catching the replay, drop your comments in the chat. I will be checking them. I'll leave some time at the end for questions, and then we will go from there. Okay. Now, we are going to talk today about 3 hidden ways that your systems are costing you cash and costing you clients, right? Now, all of you, I expect, at this point are probably well experienced business owners. You know, you got some clients that have gone through your processes time and time again, but yet there's probably money that you're leaving on the table, right? So if we have not met, I am Ashley. I am your favorite systems pro. I am the CEO of Solution Integrators. I love all things keeping shit simple, right? Like, I'm going to find ways to work smarter, save me some time, save me some sanity, and do so through good systems, good automations, and really supportive systems, right? And I support solopreneurs and agency owners in creating those same simple but efficient systems that really support their now, their next, and ultimately their high ticket offers. Okay. Now, the first way that I usually see people systems costing them is through a inconsistent client experience. Now, actually, what does that mean? So you have this high ticket premium offer, this premium transformation, right? But every part of that journey feels inconsistent, right? If somebody books, if one client books, you put all of your energy, right? Maybe this was your highest package ever, right? Or your highest invoice you ever sent. You put all that energy into them. But you didn't put no energy in this, other client, this lower ticket offer client as well. Well, that low ticket offer client could potentially become that client that spends the most lifetime with you, right? That spends the most money with you. But if that process is inconsistent because either you don't have the time, you don't have the energy, or you just don't give a damn, right? That is ultimately going to lead to clients not wanting to resign, clients not wanting to send you referrals, right? You are going to have to, continue to chase down brand new clients because you don't have a experience that every single client can say, yeah, when I worked with Ashley, these things happened, right? And I loved it so much. And they can be talking to a friend that worked with me and they can say, yep, I experienced those same things, right? But when that journey feels inconsistent, when it's inconsistent for you to deliver, a lot of times you end up hating delivering that offer, right? No matter how dope that transformation is, right? Usually, an inconsistent client experience will also lead to clients second guessing their investment. Like, hey, it's been 4 days. I just paid this 4-figure deposit and I haven't heard from this person, right? Like, I got to check in as the client. That should never have happened, right? And ultimately, it's going to slow your growth, right? If you don't have a process that's repeatable, if you don't have a process that you can either delegate to a person or a tool, it's going to be really, really hard for you to scale, or potentially take on more clients, make more money, right? And so the solution, in a nutshell, would be to really automate pieces of that experience so that every client gets a seamless white glove experience, right? So the moment somebody decides, hey, I want to work with this person, to, hey, let's hop on a sales call or let's talk it out in the DMs, right? Whatever that may be. From, hey, signed, paid, delivered, that process is the same no matter what offer I'm buying, no matter how expensive that offer is, no matter what client I am, no matter the size of the client or the project, right? That process being automated from start to finish, make sure that you as a brand have a consistent client experience, right? And then really standardizing communications, automating emails, automating touch points, automating workflows. I say a lot that I want to be notified when I need to take action, right? I need to be notified when I should give a damn about something, right? I'm not sitting in my email all day. I'm not sitting in Dubsado all day, right? And that is fine. But I want to know, hey, okay, this new client signed, they've received their welcome email, they're good, but now a human needs to go take action, right? I want to be notified of those things so that again, I can guarantee that all of my clients are receiving that exact same experience and I am delivering that experience in the exact same way. Okay. Now, the next way I see people missing out on money is spending a whole hell of a lot of time on the admin work instead of making money, right? Like your system should support you in making money effortlessly, right? If you are wearing too many hats, even if you're a solopreneur, right? Like I know my first 3 years in business, I didn't have a VA, right? I was solo, I was doing all of the things. But in order to scale my time or the access to me in order to take on more clients, I had to find ways to not be doing all the things, right? Ultimately, like when you become so in the thick of it, whether it's you or if you have a team that relies on you for everything, you become a bottleneck, right? Like the back end of your business becomes a mess and you become a bottleneck, right? If, every person that inquires with you, if you have to stop and think, damn, what am I supposed to do? Like, how am I supposed to, respond to this person? Or, hey, this new client signed. Now I got to go figure out what information I need to send to them. It's ultimately going to lead to, again, you hating delivering this offer, no matter how dope it is, no matter how dope that experience is, right? You're overworking yourself. You're trying to do all the things. You're burned out because you're again, you have the dope transformation in these streets, right? Like the girlies know that I can go to Ashley for a dope brand and web design, right? But on the back end, you are running yourself into the ground because you're trying to be everything to everybody, right? And this is going to cost you money because time is money, right? Like you don't have the time to sit and be so hands on with every client, right? Having a high touch experience doesn't mean that you have to be sitting down behind a computer doing something, right? Like a high touch experience can still be a automated follow-up email that doesn't feel so automated, right? That can be a check-in to you to say, "Hey, did you kick off a new client today? Go send this message." Right? Like you don't have to think about it. You can grab the message, send it in an email or send it in your project portal, right? But that's one thing that you didn't have to think of, right? Um, and again, it's gonna lead to burnout. Like if you're constantly in reactive mode, it's gonna catch up with you. I don't care how dope you are, friend. Like none of us are, exempt from running ourselves into the ground if we continue to be all the things to everybody. So again, the solution is really finding ways to, automate some of those manual things that you're having to do to secure new clients or intake new leads or even offboard existing clients, right? If you don't have some client management tool of some kind, I'm gonna need you to get there, friend. Okay. I don't care what it is. I'm not even gonna talk about tools from a client management perspective. I'm not even gonna do that. But you need a way to automate the things that you should be doing repeatedly for every single client that doesn't require you to sit down behind a computer and do it. Okay. I am going to mention project management just because whether it's a tool or it's a physical planner or a sticky note, I don't care. But I really want you to figure out a way to keep tasks moving without you having to be the person moving them, right? Like if your systems only work because you're running them, eventually that's going to lead to, again, time being an issue, energy being an issue, inconsistencies being an issue, okay? Another way that I see folks missing out on money is leads falling through the cracks. And if we're being honest, right? Everybody's like, no, if I don't do anything else, I make sure that I, follow up with my leads or I check in, right? Now let's say I decided that I come to you for copywriting. right? I'm in need for a copywriter for a new offer. And I've been seeing you on threads. Like, I feel like you know your thing. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go to the website. And I see just a general contact form. I fill it out, right? Or I go to the website and it tells me to email you. All right, maybe I'll do that. More than likely I'm not, right? I'm gonna go to the next person who has a more streamlined process for me to get in contact with them, right? Now let's say I fill out the form and I get this generic auto response. It's like, hey, we'll be in touch. We received your application. If it takes 2-3 days for me to hear back from you, more than likely I've already got a response back from someone else, right? Now again, the if someone truly wants to work with you, maybe they'll wait. But we can't guarantee that that's going to happen, right? And I know we like to say like, no, I'll never miss these opportunities. I'm never going to miss out on this money. I'm always going to respond to these leads. Mm, maybe, right? If you forget to follow up, like, right, life happens, right? I can't tell you how many times I've sat down behind my computer, pulled up an email from somebody and was like, yeah, I'm gonna go respond. And then my baby starts crying, or I get hungry, or my phone rings, right? And then I walk away and I forget, right? Not having some sort of process or system or tool in place to track and manage these leads, again, is going to lead to them having that inconsistent experience up front immediately, right? And it's going to have you continue to start over from scratch every single time you get a new lead, right? Leads aren't going to wait around. It just is what it is, right? Like, we need that instant gratification. I can pull up my phone and order something and it'll be here in a couple hours, or it'll be here tomorrow, right? Like, I need that instant gratification. So if I have to wait 3-4 days for you to get back to me and I'm trying to give you my money, that's a problem, right? You following up, like, there's so much money to be made in the follow up, right? I can't tell you how many people I've seen that say, well, I sent a proposal and they didn't respond. So it is what it is. Again, life happens, right? Like, I can't tell you how many clients I've had that have booked my services at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Because that's when my clients have time, right? Like, my people are booked and busy. So if I get off a call with them at noon and I send the proposal, they might have been running the back to back to back calls, right? Or they might have had to go to pick up, right? Or cook dinner or run to the gym. So when they have time to sit down and take action, it could be in the middle of the night, right? But if I took it personal because they didn't book with me immediately and I walked away, I'm losing money, right? Like, there's so much money to be made in that follow up. And if you are not taking advantage of it, right? Right? A lot of people don't buy on the first touch point, right? And that's okay. And sending a second or a third, right? Now, I'm not saying, you know, 30 days you send in 20 different follow-ups and they not responding. Like, at some point you got to acknowledge when folks are ghosting you, right? But there's so much money to be made for you to send a, hey friend, wanted to see what questions you had about the proposal that I sent over, right? Like, I'm not just checking in gives somebody the ability to kind of say, nope, I'm not interested, like, I'm good. I'm giving you an out if I say I'm just checking in. But no, hey, what questions do you have? What questions can I help you answer, right? If it's been 2-3 emails and I still haven't responded, are you ghosting me, Ashley? Right? Like, I'm okay being that direct, right? And a lot of times if I send that, I get almost every single time I've sent that email, I've gotten a response back like, oh no, I'm still interested. Can we change the date? Or I'm still interested, but life is lifing, right? But follow up, have a process in place to simply track your leads, track your follow ups, and automate them when and where you can. Okay. Now, if you're like, Ashley, okay, this sounds all good, whatever, but how am I supposed to take action on these things? Like, how am I supposed to go do it? I have created the Big Bank Systems Challenge that kicks off next week, March 4th through 6th, and I am going to help you guarantee that you have a high ticket client experience that matches your high ticket offer, right? Like we're not gonna have somebody paying you 4 or 5 figures and they're getting a thrift store client experience, right? Like we're not doing that anymore, right? So this offer, this challenge is free. And I really want to make sure that these experienced business owners like yourselves have these experiences, have these client experiences that you love delivering just as much as your clients enjoy receiving. Okay. Across the 3 days, the first day, we're going to map out your booking and your onboarding process, right? Booking is going to get you paid, onboarding is going to get you paid again. Okay. So I want to make sure that you have everything that you need to have a high ticket experience that you love delivering, from that moment that we hop on a sales call to sending a proposal to getting paid to onboarding them. So that's day one. We'll map that out and you will actually submit that to me for direct feedback. Okay. I'm going to review every single one. If it's 100 people in this challenge, I'm reviewing 100 different client experiences and providing you with direct feedback, either via our private Slack community or Loom. Okay. On day two, I'm going to geek out a little bit and show you a couple of different tools. So I'm going to show you kind of an out of the box solutions for solopreneurs and agency owners. So, hey, this tool does this thing. You could get started today sending proposals, getting paid, onboarding clients, right? Or if you're more of a tech savvy girly, you're like, okay, maybe I want to use a combination of tools. I will show you more of a custom solution as well, but you're going to get the ability to see a little bit of both, right? And then on day three, we are creating our big bank wish lists, right? If time and talent and money and energy were not an issue, what would I want to do and how would I want to go do it, right? Like, what would that look like for me to have big bank systems, right? We're going to talk about my big bank bot, right? My team member, my automated team member that does shit for me, right? So across the 3 days, I'm going to make sure that you have the clarity, the inspiration, the plan to go implement an elevated client experience, right? This is for the done for you girlies, if I'm being honest, okay? I understand and recognize that you don't have the time. You got the talent, but you ain't got the time and you ain't got the energy, right? So you will get first dibs on my Q2 calendar for me to go implement your big bank wish list. Or I'm also providing just kind of a secret backend offer only for those that are enrolled in the challenge. Okay. The last day to enroll is this Friday, the 28th. You can sign up today by going to bigbanksystems.com. I'll drop the link in the video chat as well. But again, if you guys need anything, if you have questions, I will be checking out the comments when I come back once this is posted. So if you're catching the replay, but go check out bigbanksystems.com. Come on and join me. You have until Friday to sign up. Until next time, friend, happy automating, and let's go get that money.